Hi guys, Luke, Unflinching Alva, Spaghetti and Meatballs, whatever the hell you want to call me here. So today I'm going to start up a new series called Lessons from the Grave. We're going to go back and look over footage of me dying in raids in Marauders and see what went wrong and how we can improve on those things. Full disclosure, Jesse Kazam is the man who started doing these things, but for Tarkov. I was really inspired by those videos and thought, hell, we could do the same thing for Marauders. So please do go check out Jesse's channel, his streams. He's a great dude. He's a really, really nice guy. So please do go check out his stuff. Watch his streams, watch his YouTube, especially if you're into Tarkov. He's the man. Okay, so the purpose of this is basically to learn. Learn from what went wrong. Why did I die? What could have been done better? Now, to be honest, I'm no PvP Chad in this game. I'll be the first one to admit that to you. However, that doesn't mean that I can't learn from my old gameplay videos. In fact, that's the whole purpose. I'd say I win like 1 out of 3 or 4 fights against other Marauders, and that's kind of unacceptable in my opinion, and it's time to improve. So, sure, I could have went back and watched all this alone, but why not pump out some content and help you guys learn with me? So today we're going to look at 4 separate instances of me dying in Marauders. Each one of them are pretty stupid deaths and can easily be fixed and easily could have been won had something changed. Now you might disagree with my assessment and what could have been done better, but that's totally okay. That's what the comments are for. If there's something you think I missed, please do go down in the comments. Let me know. I love pinning helpful comments so all my viewers can see. So without further ado, man, let's get into Lessons from the Grave. Okay, so apologies, you are going to hear the clicking of my mouse because I am going to watch these in real time and comment on them as we go. So we are playing as a duo with my buddy Zach here, and we are in the Terraformer in the tunnels. We run up here, we hear some AI to our right and left, some footsteps here. So we think, okay, it's AI. Zach kills one of them. I kill the other one. But then we hear some shots. Okay, that's definitely a player, maybe AI. So right here is where I make my first fatal mistake. When I peek this doorway up here, right? Slow peek around it. What I'm expecting is, I don't think it's a player at this point. I think it's a player now because I know the ending, of course, but I don't think this is a player. I think it's one of the AI, and the AI don't spawn up in those windows. So this is kind of a map knowledge thing that I'm being an idiot for. I mean, who's this guy firing at? He's not shooting at us at the moment, so it's definitely a player shooting an AI. With it being this early in the raid, he's definitely going to be up there in that window. I have no idea why I'm looking down this way. I think my only thought process here was, yeah, oh, there's an AI. I need to kill that before we move forward. Well, obviously it's wrong. So immediately I'm set up in a poor position to even shoot this guy. If I had swung my gun a little higher and expected the window, might have got a few shots off of him. Hell, might have even got a sweet headshot. So we go up, I fire, I miss it all up. He lands a few shots on me, which is an important thing to note, because now I'm almost down to about half health. It gets a little more complicated here with an AI bot that comes in and scares the crap out of me. I kill him, and without paying much attention, man, I just go up there, start peeking, start shooting, die. So fundamentally, several things went wrong. Of course, we could have got those early shots off on that guy whenever he was in that window. That really would have helped us out. Like I said, might have even got lucky and got the headshot. The half health thing is pretty bad, and I still go ahead and push this fight, when in reality, I probably should have just repositioned and taken it in a different way, or avoided it at all costs anyway, just due to the health. And then, of course, when I go up these stairs, what happens is I start shooting at this guy, and I miss all of my opening shots. All of them. And that's due to me having, according to Aim Lab and just knowing myself in general, I'm not good at dragging my mouse right and left when I'm firing. I don't know if I think I'm going to overcorrect or what I'm going to do, but it's like a horrible fear of mine. So I miss all those opening shots, which is super important when being low health like this, and it gets me killed. That's literally what kills me. Pushing a fight, it's a duo, I'm half health, I go up here, miss all those opening shots. It wasn't a strong open, and I got punished for it, as I deserved to. So again, map knowledge, knowing where these people are going to be, understanding that. Obviously, if you're new to the game, you're not going to get that, and that's totally fine, but you will learn those things. I should have known better. And then the other thing, missing those opening shots was super important, and I messed that all up. Probably could have at least bagged that guy, maybe took on his friend, but that's the way the game goes. Okay, so this next one is on Navy Outpost. This is like our second raid, getting back into this. We hadn't played in several weeks, not trying to make excuses, but this is how it goes. We just sprint into high command like a couple of ballers. Turns out there's a Marauder to my left. I know he's going to go to the right, so I go peek right, miss all those shots again, and die. So a few things that went wrong. First off, we're way too comfortable running into high command like this. We didn't listen. We didn't pay attention to anything that was going on around us. We just sprinted right in, which if we would have just taken our time and walked in, we would have probably heard these guys. And obviously this guy was scared to death because he's crouching. So it makes you feel even stupider. It makes me feel even stupider. When I take a few shots, Zax takes a few shots. They peek. There's two. Come around. This guy's already swung halfway around. And again, there it is. Hit that first shot on him, right? That's a nice shot. And then all these other ones miss. And then I die. Get punished for it. Main takeaways here are, don't rush into where you know there's going to be PvP. That ties back into map knowledge. The high command is always so popular. Everybody goes up there. It's got some of the best loot in the game. It's got some of the high tier weapons. And there's an escape pod right down the stairs. So a lot of solo guys run up to high command, grab the loot, go down the stairs, escape out of the pod. So should have known better, and I got punished for it. So a little context on this last one. Zach had just been killed and he didn't really know where. He figured from the bottom of the stairs a guy peeked him. So I'm hiding back here with an M16. I only have what came in the magazine, so I don't have any more ammo for this. That's something to keep in mind. But they kill him and I only hear two, but apparently it's not just two. I should have either been paying attention more. I'm aiming down these stairs expecting them to come here. I'm taking a gamble. Which, I mean, what can you do when you're gambling like that? I mean, sometimes you just have to make a choice. But here I'm not really paying attention to anything. I'm kind of playing the middle ground. That's not great, sight placement, but I see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to see both spots without moving my gun too far. I see some movement. Go to raise up my gun, and there's two of them there. So I decided to start taking the running guy. A nicer idea, had I been thinking properly, would be to take the guy who's just standing there now when he got to the top of the stairs. But, you're making split-second decisions. Land a couple shots on this guy. Next thing I see is a third guy coming up the stairs there to my left. So he gets a few off on me, so I start running away. As I'm running away, my idea is to sprint and jump over that little barrier there, but this guy kind of messes that up. I do get the kill on him. I'm doing pretty decent point firing at his face there, which if you're going to point fire, you best be aiming for the face. It's just the way to do it. So I go to jump over the barricade, and turns out either I miss the barricade jump, either by being too close. It almost looks like I'm too close to the wall. It's like the game's not registering it. Or maybe I catch it on that second one. It looks like I'm starting to do it, but then I get punished. There's really not a whole lot to take away from this other than it was just a really, really bad situation. The only thing I think I really could have done was try to flee earlier on. But in all honesty, with an M16, I felt okay-ish to take on two guys. I had no idea it was going to be that third man threw me for a loop there. And that's just, you're going to have those nights. And so what I would take away from this is positioning is important. And I guess understanding what rails you can jump over. So I'm going to have to go back and test that and see, could I have actually made that or not? And finally, the last one is actually from my beginner's guide, where we were down raiding in the mine and we were in the drill pits. And I want to take a look at this. So first thing that I notice is I hear gunfire and what am I aiming at? And that's something to keep in mind. Now, I know what I'm doing here, and it's a bad habit. I don't like the sights and my arm covering what I'm looking at, even a little bit. So I'm aiming more at this pillar so I can still see the walkway up ahead. What I should really be doing is aiming a little bit higher so I can actually be prepared and picking a spot to hold. If I would have aimed more at that column there on the left, I still would have been able to see him and everybody, and probably even the staircase there, but I didn't. That's a bad habit that I need to learn to fix. So they run down here, and turns out these people are not friends. They kill each other, whether that was a player on player or player on AI, I couldn't really tell. Now I get in position, but I'm still hanging way, way, way outside of cover, and that wall is slanted. So if I try to run to my left, if I get into a fight and I'm not winning, I can't go anywhere. And that shows right here. So I see him run away, I hold the position. Right there's where I move back a little bit, but it's not enough. This is the position I should have been in, but even hugging it a little tighter. I start firing. I realize I'm not winning the gunfight. I try scooting back, but it's too late. He's got the angle on me that, if I would have just been a few more feet back and holding that angle, maybe I could have ran away. There is no real repositioning down here. There's no escape. I mean, there's repositioning, but there's no escape down here. You have to go out the way that guy came, but who knows? Maybe I could have dicked him around underneath the drill pits for a while and gotten out somehow, but In all reality, better positioning on that one, holding a tighter angle probably would have won me that fight. I'm less likely to be hit. You know, and it's a medium range fight with an Uzi, and I don't think I had a stock on that thing. I can't remember, but all around just wasn't good. So with that, guys, I think that's really all I've got for you today. Just 4 little videos, and like I said, we'll try to do this a little more often, and you guys can send me your clips at unflinchingelvisstudios@gmail.com. I would be more than happy to take a look at them and critique them. And if you don't even want them on a video, that would be totally fine. I'd be happy to just have some correspondence via email on it. So really appreciate you guys watching. And again, yeah, get a hold of me, send me some clips. I'm going to be looking at more of my clips, and hopefully we'll all learn something and become a little bit better at PvP. So thank you guys. Have a good day.